That is how you become sticky in popular culture. That is how you actually get traction. And it's not ironic, but that's how you actually stay true to yourself. This truth, this sort of, like, if you're caught in some cycle of out there instead of in here, that's totally understandable, because in here is really vulnerable. But I just know that if you can take a picture that no one in the world can take, it's not a picture of the Space Needle, right? It's a picture that, like the work that I'm doing that no one else in the world can do, is I have unreal access to guys like Ben, to guys like Adrian Grenier, and my peers, and some of the top venture people in the world, some of the artists, and I get to hang out with these people and see them in a way that no one else in the whole world gets to see them. So I'm developing a body of work now that is around that. And so the picture that I can take is very, very different than the picture that anyone in this room can take.
Which of you all am I looking at?
You can look at either.
Okay.
You can switch back and forth.
Since you're talking, I'm going to look at you.
Okay. So I had a question for you. After Creative Mornings in your presentation, you talked about that there was an idea that you had that you didn't have to think that an entrepreneur and an artist are two separate people.
Yes.
And that you actually had a fear that if you became an entrepreneur, you wouldn't be an artist.
Yes.
And I would love for you to finish that thought.
It cost me a lot of money and a lot of anxiety and a lot of sleepless nights, because the world is largely tied up in titles. And to be an entrepreneur means literally to make something, right? To create. And as my friend Mark Echo, the famous graffiti artist turned entrepreneur, built $1 billion clothing brand, said, entrepreneurs don't just walk, or founders, as they're often called, people who create startups that have go on to become successful companies. They're not walking in the woods and they find these things. They create them. They make them. And the art of making is the work of an artist. So it was really a pop culture shift of not wanting to be, of understanding that instead of those are the suits over there that people who do business, and here I am over here, an artist with my beret and my cigarette, that really, as we are, the democratization of creativity is sort of descends upon us from the skies, or we build it from the ground up, that all of this can be ours, that tags and titles, they are not actually, they don't contribute to doing real work in the world, and by work I mean actually making things. To be creative is what it means to be fundamentally human. We make things. That is why we're on this planet. So to be able to distinguish, to put a false barrier between building a business, an app, an idea that can change the world, and painting a painting or making a photograph, that's a false distinction.
Honesty, vulnerability, stripping away to that core essential vibration of your heart.
Yes.
How did you get there?
I got there through lots of little fear moments and getting more and more comfortable with how I felt. So the first time I gave up my sort of the goose. First time I was vulnerable, it was very, very scary for me. The second time it was less scary. The third time, there's a process that we go through as artists. Instead of it just making, it's making and sharing, making and put it out there for the world to see so that you can get feedback. It's not like I woke up one morning and this fully formed idea was born in my head, then I shot it on the world and it was perfect. Or that fully formed idea, shot it on the world and it got shot down. It's a small series, or it's a long series of small steps of overcoming this fear, and that's literally what has made my life's work possible. It started at the beginning with very, very low risk.
Jeris, did you have another question?
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Pleasure. Thanks for including me in the interview, guys.
Oh, thanks for giving us the time. Really appreciate it.
Okay. I don't want to be your shot, but